10 a.m.
Mostly awake.
Doing
I'm
good.
getting there.
Mostly awake describes literally everyone.
Excellent.
And I wake up early. I just didn't sleep at all last night, so even I'm like, ugh.
Mm. Yeah, I usually only get like one of the regular small like flavor Red Bulls, and instead today I was just like big can. Get the big can. It's a big can day. Okay. Everyone's here. Everyone's ready. Normally I would ask for a recap, but there is nothing to recap. This is session 1.
Wow.
Wow.
First day of school.
First day of school. Sort of.
Boy, I'm so nervous.
Where
I'm gonna have those dreams again where I miss class.
is... yeah.
Have the dream where there was a test you didn't know about.
Yeah, I love those.
Get the school PTSD. Oh boy, it's good.
I always
Alright.
love hearing about that from people who are like, I'm in my late 40s and I had a dream that I missed a math test. I haven't been in school for 22 years.
Oh, good. Alright, I know other people that have that problem. It's good to know it's not gonna end for them. I think.
Nope, never. You'll have those the rest of your life, apparently.
Apparently.
I haven't had those kind of dreams where it's like, oh god, I'm late for school. I've had dreams where my dream was based on a school that I went to. I'm not going to school, but god dang, am I running around my old elementary school?
Oh yeah, I've had those too. It's weird. You're like, okay. Wake up like, brain, what are you up to? Honestly.
Honestly, when I have now discovered that whenever I see my old elementary school in my dream, I know that I'm in for some really semi-sad or traumatizing shit.
Thanks, brain.
Love that. Love
It's-
that.
Love that. That's great.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wake up and I go like, oh shit, I need to check my grades in this class. But then I'm like, oh wait, I don't go to college anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Alright. Well, let's. Normally there'd be a recap. There's nothing to recap, so let's just go. So here we are at on the Magambia campus. It's probably the most prestigious magic academy on Galarian. It's probably not too late into the rainy season. They're supposed to be typical seasons, but because we're in like an Africa type equivalent, there's two seasons. There's summer and there's rain. And we're
Nice.
Just like here.
yeah, and just
There-
like here, there's summer and rain.
there's a third one called monsoon.
which is big rain.
That's true.
Yeah.
What is this rain and seasons you all keep droning on about?
And
Have instead of fire.
Wait, no,
I
they-
see.
they're
I
Actually, we have
see.
fire too, though.
wait, no, they do have 4 seasons. They have rain, they have summer, they have monsoon, and they have centipede.
Gross.
Oh boy.
Now it's not sounding so nice.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Centipede season is a thing,
Thanks.
and you can guess what that entails.
Where all the bugs come
I'd
out.
rather not.
Where all the bugs come out. What if they're the same season?
You're just getting flooded with bugs. Hmm.
Oh no.
I mean, I know there's mosquitoes in this jungle.
Alright.
That makes
That's
sense.
true. You do know there are mosquitoes in this jungle.
Yeah.
In the other game, they rolled a 1 to set up their camp for the night. The entire party caught malaria from mosquitoes.
At least we didn't get dysentery.
It's true. But either way, it's you're freshly arrived on the Magambia campus. You've done your your sponsorship interview, and you're scheduled to have an interview with your main instructor, your first instructor. You're in like probably down like one of these side buildings. This bridge right here is called the Welcome Walk. You're in a little side building, waiting for the interview to start. It is raining outside, and we have our instructor. Here we go. Here's my token. A friendly-looking man who wears bright colors, warm eyes. His name is he speaks with a gentle and soothing timbre. He says, "Welcome and kind hello, new students. It is my pleasure to instruct you. You may call me Teacher Ott. You are embarking now on a life of study and service. We see within you intellect, passion, and judgment, in short, the virtues to build upon the strength of the thousands who have come before you. We follow the footsteps of old mage Dotembe, who showed us the price of magic is the responsibility to better the world." As a exercise to introduce yourselves to each other, as you will be a cohort of students sharing a dormitory, why don't we go around the group and answer some basic questions. Let's start. Let's start with, who are you? Simple introduction. Let's start. Does anyone wish to jump in, or who wants to go first?
Well,
I guess
hello.
Jivon. All right.
Okay, he can go.
All right. Jivon steps forward and he says, "Hello, I am Jivon of the Owl Clan. My mother was of the Panther Clan. I'm of the Akuje."
Yes, the Nkuje are good allies of the Magambia. They do work protecting ancient sites.
Jivon will nod very vigorously at that.
Nea, seeing himself next in the circle here, will just sort of pick up at that point and say, "Hello, I'm Neas of Vidria."
Of Vidria. That is...
Possibly with an N on the end.
Mm-hmm.
Vidrian.
Vidrian, yes. Yes, a tumultuous and new nation. It is good to see students branching out from the turmoil.
Yes, it was worth it in the end, I think, but it was rough times.
I think you'll find many who agree with you.
This is where I realized I never actually picked like a place that I'm from.
Whoops.
Whoops.
I have amnesia. No, I'm just kidding.
I have...
That actually is a background now.
I saw that.
Oh
I don't
god.
remember where I'm from. Just showed up here one day.
I have a sponsor. I had to come from somewhere. I can't tell you who my sponsor is though, but I will get back to you on where I'm from. I'll just have her introduce herself. Hello, you may call me Whis. And I'm here because a friendly stranger decided I should be here.
Curious. We will see what comes of that and of your studies.
Thank you.
Suki steps forward and pulls her hood a little bit closer over her face because she's kind of intimidated by all these strange-looking people. And she says, "Hi, I'm Suki. I'm actually from Deep Market, under Goka. I'm very new to this side of the world."
You've traveled quite far to be here to study. There's no need to be so shy. The Magambia welcomes all who wish to study and learn. He kind of, like spreads his hands to accept everyone, because everyone is. We have an elf, a tiefling, a sylph, and a rat folk. We got no humans. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah. You will be. People tend to judge by your actions more than your appearance.
That's what I was hoping to find.
Let's move on to. It's good to meet all of you. We will be spending, a lot of time together. Let's move on to a second question. What most interests you?
And Trayvon once again will step forward. Magic and history. I love hearing the stories of the past and how they tie into the present. And of course, who doesn't love, changing reality around them to suit them better?
You are ambitious, but you are right. There is much to learn from looking to the past to help protect the future.
It's not the most interesting answer, but I suppose I'm most interested in just finding my place in the world and being able to make a positive impact in it. I liked what you said a lot earlier about the price of magic being the responsibility to make the world a better place. I've been a son, a revolutionary, and even a student in the times before Vidrian became what it is now. Learning magic was the closest I've been to feeling like I was on the right path, and when the fights came, I was able to use it to do some real good, I think. I think that's part of why I came here, so I can get back on that path and maybe find more opportunities to do more good.
It is one of the founding tenets of the Megami, and it's good that you relate strongly to it.
I'd have to say, what interests me is watching how people are, seeing what can be changed to ensure that all is done fairly. To uplift the people that need it, and also take down those that need to be taken out.
Well,
To create a future that is safe and good for all. You can't have too many bad people in ways of power, because, well, that makes things suck, don't it?
while the Megami promotes peaceful resolutions of conflicts, the Tempest Sun Mage's branch of the Megambia is for those for situations that require otherwise.
I didn't say it couldn't be done peacefully. It's
Exactly.
just one way or the other.
Right.
I'm actually here because I want to learn more about magic. It's been a very long time, and I know very little of magic in the world. I've been pretty isolated in my home.
The traditional approach, but those who seek knowledge are, welcome. We have a interesting group of interests with some overlap. I think you will get along quite well. What do you consider your greatest strength?
I have learned to adapt my casting. I am able to switch out the spells that I have prepared for the day. I am told that is uncommon among many wizards.
It is. I've seen a couple theses on the practice, but it is not super. It's not super common, but it is not unheard of. Perhaps with study you'll be able to improve upon the technique.
I certainly hope so.
Nea sort of gestures at his horns and tails. It's an odd answer, I know. Most see it as a curse. Singular tail. Sorry, most see it as a curse. My family certainly did. But my tiefling heritage always gave me perspective. Being an outcast from the Cheliac society helped me to see the injustices my people, I guess, were bringing about in Sargava. To empathize with the others they look down their noses at, and to see the wrongs that needed righting. It's made my life harder. Not every strength does that, but I don't think I'd be the same person otherwise, and I don't think I'd like the person I'd be without these features very much if I were ever to meet him.
A honest look at the world, where your hardships and of your past and of your upbringing, you've taken them upon yourself to make that a strength as into how you view the world.
He nods.
I suppose mine is somewhat similar in the form of what we are. With my self heritage, I find that it's easier for me to view things from a different perspective. I'm untethered to what is around me, but able to observe and make decisions based on what I see. I'm good at also picking up if someone is lying to me, I think. But one way or the other, I think my strength is my patience to see how things play out and if things need to be guided the other way.
Well, they say patience is a virtue, and sometimes patience is required for learning. It's not every solution or study presents themselves immediately.
Well, for me, at least prior to coming here, my connection to my community was my greatest strength. Where I come from, with my very large family and community, when one suffers, all suffers. So those connections to the community were always very important, and working together to make sure that everybody had what they needed was extremely important for all of us to survive. I've been able to be very adaptable with where I come from. There's been times where we've had severe food shortages and we've had to do rationing of food to make sure that everybody had enough to eat. But now that I'm here, I feel very isolated. It's very different to be so far from home without all those people to help me and guide me. But I think that ability to adapt should hopefully help me here.
Well, you are from home, and the student body and the Megami itself is a family. It is like a family of itself. And we embrace and our goal is to help those who cannot help themselves, like you did for your community. Uh, the the suffering one is suffering as all of the Warframe music starts playing in the back of my head. We're all lifting together. It's cursed into my brain. You can't get rid of it.
Dun.
Yeah,
That's definitely the vibe.
that's
Yeah.
definitely the vibe I got.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay. What work have you done to bolster those in and around the Magambia 4? Now, I don't expect you don't have to have an answer. Not all of you are from here, so.
Well, traditionally, yeah, okay.
But if there is something that you have done, I would like to know.
Well, as an Akuje, we, I'm sure you know, but the others may not, we protect ancient ruins in our lands from intruders and guide those who should not be there out, either gently or not so gently, depending on the circumstances. I have worked with my clan in doing this, and I've also done work to preserve the ancient ruins we guard, so that they may still be here for future generations.
An honorable goal. I know of several expeditions that have gone to several Akuje ruins with their blessing to study and to learn of their tales that they tell, so that, like you say, future generations can learn from the past.
Does Vidrian count as around the Mongambaya?
Um,
A ways.
it's a ways, but it's like a country or like a region or two adjacent, right? It's not like super close, but it's close-ish, right? Since it's kind of central, anyways.
Well, I just arrived here, so I guess that's the best I've got. It's not too far. I'm proud of my role in the liberation there. It wasn't the grandest. I wasn't a renowned leader. They're not singing songs to my name as a hero of war, but I did my part to bring the people of Viridian control over their own lives and free people from the Talaxian rule. It was very much running to the city at the ground at the expense of the Moangi there. It's a much different place now. A better one.
Yes. I think everyone living there is happy to be free of the oppressive Chalaxian rule.
I'd have to think about what I've done for the people here since I arrived. But I guess the most I could say is having the patience to learn new things that I've encountered while traveling here. Because I'm very new here. I don't know as much as, say, some of my fellow students here who've lived here closer all their lives. So, I might have to get back to you on that one. I'm not too sure.
That is fair enough.
I'm also new here, and I don't think I've done all that much at this point to help the community here, but I did spend a lot of my time back home helping my community, and I think that's one of the reasons that I'm here.
Right. You will fit in quite well then. As part of your first year at the Magambia, there is a large portion of community service where you help mostly the neighboring city of Nabatu, with basic some community service tasks, helping build structures and helping citizens with problems that they might have. What is it? You have answered this question several times as you've gone through them. But what do you seek at the Magambia? Many of you have answered that you seek, to improve your magical skills. But is there anything else that you might wish?
Yes, I do. I wish to. Magambia is a rich repository of history from around the world, and I wish to broaden my perspective. Nothing in the world is entirely isolated from itself, and an understanding of the whole picture is better, as in all things.
With more knowledge and more perspective, you were able to see to come to a better conclusion for the betterment of all.
Indeed.
I'm here for a very similar purpose.
It's to learn magic to the benefit of your community back in Tianjin.
Yes.
I wish to first figure out why I was sponsored and hope that I make them proud by doing what it is they think I'm able to do. I want to help people, especially those that need the help the most. Because not everyone has the power to be able to find a better situation than what they're in.
I myself wasn't sponsored, actually. I just wanted to get back on the studies with magic and hit the road and showed up here and was lucky enough to be accepted. I'm not sure how or why, but I'm thankful for it. I think I already answered mostly what I'm looking for, a place to belong. Are there many like me here? I'd hoped, with so much magic here that maybe there'd be others, but also, like I said, to grow my magic and my ability to make an impact out there beyond the school where I can.
Mm-hmm. I can recall maybe a couple other tieflings on the campus, but none of them will be in your current class, unfortunately.
Well, it's just not being the only one.
Yeah.
Really a good start.
The Montgomery accepts, all ancestries from all over Galarian, so it's not too unsurprising if there's at least a couple. Once you have obtained what you seek, what goals do you wish to achieve? I think many of you have answered. A couple of you have answered this, and that you wish to take the knowledge that you have obtained and go and help from where you came from. But I believe, what is the but yeah, Yavian, I believe that you have something else. Is you're
Yes, I'm. Well, for one, I do hope to teach others. I'm not quite sure. I figured I'd participate in the Magambia for a couple hundred years and learn and develop here. But then just kind of see where it goes. I might go back to the Kuja. I might wonder. Uh, it's it's an open question for me, I feel, but to learn and then to spread that knowledge to others is also very important to me. So
he chuckles at your comment of a couple hundred years because you were an elf and he's just a human.
like Jylon
Yeah.
upon realizing that smiles ruefully. Oh, yes, sorry.
Nea sort of shrugs at that.
Yeah.
Tieflings live like similarly to elves, right?
They live. It depends. Tieflings live slightly longer than whatever their base ancestry is.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I think I saw similar to elves on like the wiki somewhere, but I know it. That would make sense for that to change with.
Yeah, similar to elves was probably like a 1E estimation, but with 2E,
Oh,
you
could
can
be.
just stamp it onto any ancestry. It makes more sense that they're like long-lived for whatever they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meow. Cat. Cat the cat. Okay.
I heard cat noise.
Yes. She's now staring at me in my chair. Okay. Sir, a enlightening interview, or introduction at least. Following this, we will have a couple aptitude questions. You may work together to solve these problems. Using magic is okay, but a creative use of practical solutions is preferred. As there is magic in everyday solutions, not just the strictly magical ones. And he pulls out a candle and he sets it on a table. And says, "Can you light this candle without flint or matches?"
So, practical solution without magic, but without flint or matches.
Mhm.
Do you have a spyglass?
Ooh, that is a good idea.
I like what you're thinking.
By using a magnifying glass and using the sun, you could create a point of heat and light to ignite.
We might have some trouble with that right now, considering it's quite rainy.
That is true. But it's still a way to light a candle.
You could also look for an existing flame in a town like this. I'm sure there are other candles or torches burning.
Very carefully, since we're in the jungle.
Very wet. But yes, I like what you're thinking, Miss Wisp, but Lady Suki is correct. There's very little sun to be had at the moment to focus.
Then how about a cook pot? There has to be something that's on a fire already.
Yes, but what if you say hypothetically you're camping and you don't have a fire already lit.
Well, one would seek out wood in that case. Uh, the rubbing together sticks method. I'm sure Jaivon would actually know the kind of wood you would need, but
Right.
like I don't. Like it's like there are particular kinds of wood high in friction, and you can rub them and spark them that way.
That would
Meow.
require them to also be dry because you're trying to make kindling, right?
That's true. That is very true. They would also have to be dry.
That is true. That is also a excellent method, but can you do it practically? Basically, who has survival? You can make a survival check to demonstrate that you know how to rub kindling.
Oh, I have survival.
I have a +4 in that, so I'm going to let those that have a bigger plus than that do it.
Let's see what mine is.
I have nature, though.
I'm +7 in survival, so.
Yeah, Suki, you can roll me survival
Alright.
then. Meow. 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 You want wet food now. Now that we're starting, the cat wants wet food. Ooh. 17. Yeah, okay, thanks, phone. I need to turn that off. It takes a bit of effort. You spend most of that effort is actually spent finding dry tinder, but you do rub the sticks together, lighting some kindling to light this to light this demonstrative candle. This is well done. You are adept at well, if you need to, well, it's a practical test. You are adept at basic skills. In case you need to, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Do you have
I've spent some time back home when I was foraging for herbs, and occasionally I would need to light a fire. So I've done this before.
Right, he Teacher Ott goes over to go actually he doesn't even go over anyway. He says, can you get a feather from this bird without plucking one? And he makes a gentle gentle bird call, and a blue quail kind of flies over and sits down on the table.
Oh, get a feather without plucking it.
Yes, get a feather without plucking it.
Okay, this is me knowing that some birds, when you agitate them and they fan out, the feathers already fall off on their own.
Yeah, that was my thinking as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, we do.
This is something that I just know for no apparent reason. I just know this one.
Okay. That is valid. It is a intimidation check. If someone wishes to try.
I have a +2.
I have a +5. I could, but I'd like. I wonder if there's a more benevolent way to make that happen.
That's what I was thinking.
I could,
Would nature
have-
work?
I have some experience with nature. We could try to ask the bird to pluck a feather for us.
You, as a
Coax it.
druid, you specifically have wild empathy. Yeah, that would be a diplomacy check. From
Which I don't have. I don't have diplomacy, but I'm like +0 on that. But
You can still do it.
I could give it a shot.
Yeah. That is a success. You gently coo to the bird and to like try and convince it to give you a feather, and it shakes and it ruffles, and a feather, falls down and lands on the table here.
I pick up the feather and hand it out.
Yes. Well done. We're being one with nature is important as a student of the Gambia, as we teach both the arcane studies and the studies of natural magic. And being one with animals and such is important. All right. Teacher Ott, and moving on to the next test, he goes, "Can you get a secret from the snake?" And he, I don't even know where he presents the snake. Stupella presents a small, harmless, Garundi shovel snout snake with a distinctive scale pattern. I don't know where the snake comes from, but he's got a snake.
But you have to get a secret from it.
You have to get a secret from this snake, yes.
That would require someone being able to talk snake. Unless the secret is something that it's holding.
This is
Or
a
we-
trap. They're trying to find out which of us is a parcel tongue.
Oh no.
Or perhaps something is embedded in the way the snake looks. There's a secret we could derive from that.
Don't snakes eat mice?
I mean, yes.
Generally?
But
I mean-
also,
I'm not that small.
Yeah, and the snake is not that big. You
I'm
probably
sure
like
the
pulls
snake's
it
that
out of
big.
its sleeve or something, alright? It's not big.
This just seems insensitive.
pull the snake to examine better.
Okay, yeah, that would be a perception or nature if you wish to like hold the snake to examine it.
Nature. I have a +7 in that.
Nice.
Nice. Oh yeah. Yeah, he gently passes you the snake, and you look it over and you just turn it around and give it a look to see if there are any secrets that you can learn from this snake. And you find that there is a hidden spike on the snake's tail. Something that like a scorpion stinger, except it's a snake. I don't know.
Interesting. Does the spike here hold any kind of paralyzing venom?
No, it holds no venom, but it is a spike. It uses it for to hunt. But the fact that the spike that you notice the spike is there is a secret that this snake holds.
I wonder if it also helps with it making its dens. Like digging.
Yes.
But also has a shovel nose. So, could be both.
Both.
Maybe it uses it to climb trees. Look better.
It could be any kind of practical tool.
She hands the snake back.
Yes. He puts it down. He takes it back and he puts it down on the table and or he puts it down on the ground and kind of shoos it away. Back to nature. If you go to the
Just-
snake.
Just a gentle hand wave. Go away. Choo.
Alright. Next question is a bit odd. He pulls out a bone. He says, "Can you soothe the soul of this bone?"
What was that one?
Soothe.
So he pulls out like a literal bone, and he says, "Can you soothe the soul of this bone?"
Soothe the soul of the bone.
Feels like an occultism or a religion thing.
I will indeed take the bone and take a look at it for occultism, see if there's anything weird going on there.
Nat 20. Oh, Nat 20. There it is. There's nothing strange or occult going on with the bone.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, there's nothing strange or occult going on with the bone, but you think on the nature of the question, and it could be more like performing a rite to like he's looking for like performing a rite to soothe the bone, or
Oh, funeral right, like bury it.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that. I'll just kind of do that, like in the way I would think like it would be done for whatever people this was. Not a Kujay way. It's not an elf bone as far as I know.
So it's a bone. It's hard to tell. It doesn't even give you the description on the bone. It says it's a bone. It could be like a dog bone or something.
He takes out his skull and says, "Do you any of you know phrenology?"
Into the great embrace of the divinities beyond. May you rest.
Alright, yeah. Perform a socially appropriate funeral rite. Look at the book says. Chakala also considers anyone attempting to cast the Soothe spell, literally the Soothe spell, on the bone. A bit too clever for their own good, but he accepts the approach as a success. It's like, hit it on the nose with casting literally the Soothe spell on Soothe the soul of the bone, which is funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have that, or I would have.
No one in the party has it. It's a cult.
Yeah. I have heal.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Mm-hmm. It's probably, yeah, like performing a funeral rite for the bone is totally acceptable and considers that as a like what he was looking for. Respect for the dead and respect for the past is important. I think you all understand that. Do we have questions? I have one more question. Can you make the stone dance by itself? Any? Let's see here. It just puts like a rock on the table.
Okay, my immediate thought is hit the table and make it jump. Like, that's my immediate thought is just like shake the table.
Shake the table.
Wow.
Yep.
That does sound like it would work. Does anyone have any air spells that
I wish I had an air spell. Being a sylph, which is like an air thing, but I do not.
Yeah, sylphs are air genasi, pretty much.
Did I take an air spell?
I don't have anything air. Mostly have naturey water things.
You know, if I know my Avatar the Last Airbender, using something windy against something earthy is difficult.
All you gotta do is make the stone rock. Make the stone rock. Make the stone dance.
Make
Yeah.
the stone dance.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pick up the stone, put it on its side, and then like spin it like a top and make it wobble?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that is. You could roll.
Performance?
Give me a yeah, performance or acrobatics or thievery, something dexy.
I'll give you performance because that's the better one I have.
It's passable. You don't get a good spin on the rock, but you know, y'all can get the rock spinning, and as it's starting to like peter off, you slam the table and get the rock to jump.
That's literally my
I know.
my
Right?
thought process is like, okay, get it to dance, hit the thing it's on,
Hit the thing it's
or just-
on. Yeah.
or just spin it.
key only certain parts of it so that it goes or something? I don't know if that would actually work.
It is a
She just shrugs. She tried.
All right. You all, the different questions posed, show that there are many different ways to solve a basic problem. And learning those and coming to figure out what type of solutions you prefer are points of learning of themselves. One last thing before we send you off. Okay, two last things, technically. But Teacher Ott he magically he waves his hand, and he magically conjures a set of glowing symbols in the air. And you see 6 symbols before you. Which do you choose? And they seem to be related to the questions and the aptitude tests. There is a symbol of a flickering candle, a symbol of the balance scales, like weighing scales. There is a multi-pronged key. There's a symbol of pursed lips, a symbol of an open hand with an eye in the palm, and the symbol of an hourglass. It says you see the 6 symbols before you. Which do you choose?
I choose the candle.
Choose the candle. All right. Nance reaches out and touches the candle, and you feel the kindling of additional magic. Until you're level 2, when you get your free archetype, you have the dancing lights cantrip as a primal innate spell.
Are we all supposed to choose a different one?
You could choose the same one, but if you want to choose a different one, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you list them again?
So it's a candle, scales, a key, pursed lips, hand with an open hand with a palm in the eye, and an hourglass. And each one will give you a different cantrip.
I immediately sort of test that out so everybody can see what happened after doing it.
Yeah.
How do I add an innate spell? Does that go under cantrip?
It's the same process, right? So you would add spellcasting entry, and then it's innate primal.
Interesting. I will
Okay,
choose the
primal.
hourglass.
It's the Avion chooses the hourglass, and you learn the stabilize cantrip.
Ooh, cool.
As a primal innate spell, because it's not arcane, obviously.
All right.
Wisp chooses the scales.
The scales, touching the scales, you learn the guidance cantrip.
I already have guidance.
I will choose the key.
Key, alright. And the key gets you Mage Hand. As arcane innate spell.
Okay. What if I already had guidance?
So, that's the benefit of being a cleric. Tomorrow you could just not prepare guidance, right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
So it's innate arcane?
For guidance, it's innate primal.
Alright, and what's the spell ability for it?
It's innate, so it'll be charisma.
Okay.
Yes. Innate spells are always charisma.
Alrighty.
Not that any of these have any DCs, they're all support skills. Like Dancing Lights just summons like a bunch of glowing lights. Guidance gives you like a +1 on something. Mage Hand is classic Mage Hand. Stabilize, prevents people from dying.
Intelligence for spell ability for that?
It's still charisma because it's
Okay.
an innate spell. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't as you were saying, we don't tend to roll for them.
Yeah. The other 2 options that you didn't pick were Message and Shield.
Alright, neat.
Neat. There was also the option to decline to pick one, which gives you a bonus to saving throws against spells until level 2. Alright. Has everyone got their cantrip set up?
Yep.
Almost there. Okay. To call, Teacher Ott says I have, one final question for you, but I don't require an answer immediately. Something to think about. At the Magambia, we seek to understand our differences. Where others might dismiss a trait as irrelevant or troublesome, we understand that the things that make us unique in life are key to who we are as people. I believe, Neas, you expressed this in the interview. And it is who we are as people that defines our magic. Sometimes it's the things that are different about us, things that societies have taught us to hate, that show what our talent will be. To the north, people say that children with white or red hair have strong potential for magic. Here in Nambatu, you recognize that left-handed people are skilled at undoing spells. One student of mine is terrified of butterflies, even though he considers it ridiculous. Yet, in exchange for this fear of fluttering whimsy, he is one of the most orderly minds for games and strategy that I've ever seen. Sometimes we do not understand our magic, and that the lack of understanding causes pain. People are uncomfortable in their own skin, who are uncomfortable in their own skin, are incredible shape changers, but often feel unsettled until they recognize the shape they were meant to be. Those who feel an urge to jump from high places often become frightened of themselves, for they are simply channeling the untamed will to fly. Sometimes our talents are not revealed by happy means. Teacher Ott, his face becomes somber, and he continues. One student here had a family who planned her life out from birth to death, punishing her when she deviated from the slightest bit. She only found freedom in the thought of her grave, and as a result, the dead began to speak to her. Here, she has found freedom to choose her own path, but her necromancy remains strong. You don't have to share, but I want you to ask yourselves, what about you defines you, even if others rarely notice it? Is there something inside you that pulls at you? Perhaps a defying rational experience? Or perhaps defying rational explanation? Thus, I return to my first question. Who are you? And how can that person best be guided to grow?
Sorry, kind of thinking.
Wisp looks like that she falls into like a deep thought, because that is the question, ain't it?
That is the question. Like he said, you don't have to answer right away. You can, get back to him at any time when you think of something. Promise to think on it is an answer, pretty much.
Let me quickly make sure something I understood is correct. Javon will kind of perk up and he says, I can read trees. Well, specific kinds of trees we the Kujay keep. But that is something that we do. Keeping records in the past in certain groves and trees, and that always called to me. It's very kind of speaks to the culture that I come from, I think.
I entirely forgot about the Akuje tree reading thing. I remember reading that when I read the Magambia book, or not the Moangi book, and I just forgot that was a thing.
I opened that up, like I specifically scanned through the Kujay section before the game started.
Okay, fair.
Because,
Suki.
yeah,
Suki's looking over at Jaivon with like big wide eyes, like it's a fascinating thing to be able to read trees.
Well, you'll have to, since most of you are deep in thought and are thinking on the question at hand, which means we can get back to that at a later time, sometime during your studies. It's as your course of study here at the Magambia, it is it will be something that you develop and how you grow as a person. He reaches into a belt pouch, and he presents each of you a string of glass with a set of glass beads. One has one. It currently has 2 beads on it. So one is yellow and one is blue. They're made of glass. Until these beads are for identification. They identify you as initiates of the Magambia. So you are, expected to wear them at all times, both so that people know that you represent the school, and if you run into or cause any trouble. And then he presents a. Let's see here. He hands each of you the bead. Okay, whatever. And then for the second bead, he explains this bead identifies you as one of my students. That I am, that my role as the teacher who admitted you to the Magambia. So you got one bead that's yes, you were a student, and one bead that is my teacher is teacher out.
Okay, so one bead is just that we're in the school, and the other is like a teacher-specific bead.
Yeah.
Wisp looks at these beads, just thinking for a minute, and then she just kind of puts it in her hair. Because where else is she gonna put it?
Yeah. It's like a bracelet of beads. It's like like she gives you a string, so like a bracelet is kind of the intent, but a hairband.
Bracelet.
Yeah.
That is what Jaimon will do. You will put it around his arm.
I now have a very pretty beads in my hair.
Yeah.
I just kind of make little small braids with the beads in it.
Suki takes it and ties it to her little pouch.
Aeneas attaches his to his belt, looping it through.
Okay. Well, that concludes the group interview. I will now, I'll escort you to the dormitory where you will be staying as students, and you can meet your dorm mates and fellow students. He escorts you to where is my actual map? I can figure out where this is real quick. Scrolling up. It is that building. Okay. He escorts you to over here. He goes, it's rainy, so it's still, but he escorts you specifically to this building here, which is our other map, which I'm going to put your tokens on and plonk you down on, along with the teacher. And we go. Suki, Wisp. I don't know where John's token is, so we're gonna go like this.
Oh, big dorm.
Big dorm, yes.
Well, this isn't like college at all.
No, the rooms are actually quite big.
Clearly, this is the college that you see in every movie, where everything is huge.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you know it's a fantasy game.
Yes, you'll be staying at. This is the Spire dormitory, this is where you'll be staying.
Suki's eyes are like extremely wide right now because this building is very big.
It's very big.
I'll be right back, but continue on without me. Just say that she's quietly just watching and absorbing everything.
Yeah. The Spire dormitory gets its name from the like a pair of spires that are out front. Okay, there's 4 spires. There's 2 in the back as well. Alright, who's the first person that you meet? It's Essie. Where is Essie? Alright, here she is. Oh, I need to figure out what I did to turn that off. It's so slow. Okay. When you reach the dormitory, you probably get it out of the rain. And a young woman drops out of the one-storied dormitory building, shielding her head with a silk umbrella, reinforced with dry reeds. She's got an umbrella. 4 stone spires surround and rise above the building. She, the woman says, "Here's my show picture. Show picture. You're the new students. Oh, you'll be rooming with us in the Spire dorm. Come in, I'll show you the place." And the woman gestures with her umbrella towards the door, taking a few steps back towards the building's welcoming dry overhang. I didn't pre-read where they are. Okay, so we got a catfolk sprawls beneath the eaves of the dormitory buildings. A sliced and sticky mango lying on a cloth on his chest. He looks up. Licking the juice off some of his fingers. Why is the description of eating a mango so distinct? Anyways, he says, "Care for some mango?" He says cheerfully while gesturing idly to the fruit. "Or if you'd prefer something to cheer you up from the rain, I have some wine brewing back in my room." The woman says, "Don't offer them your moonshine," scolding the catfolk. Before addressing the party again, "This is Chizeri. Don't be a slacker like he is." And Chizeri chimes back, "I don't need to study. Armorans have the best magic. Everyone says so. Essie here is trying to run the entire school, even playing teacher for the new students. It looks like." Essie, blows out a sharp breath and snaps back. "Corride told me to get them settled. Said that handling new students was our job." And she's very, "Do we look like attendants to her? Not yet, we aren't." Turning his back, turning his attention back to his mango. Essie waits for a moment, scuffing her foot on the catfolk's tail. Then stepping over him to go inside. Oh, he's supposed to be sitting at the door. Oh well, I have him on a couch.
These are very big couches.
These are very big couches. Everything here is large. Why is it so big? Either way.
I feel exceptionally small now.
There's a 15-foot couch. Suki is 3 feet tall.
Yep.
We might lose Suki between the cushions.
Oh no.
I'll probably be hiding under the couch. I'm like, yeah, this is cozy.
Yeah.
This is fine.
This is fine. Okay. Let's see here. Who else is... Okay, so who else is here? In addition to So Essie will escort you around the dormitory. Obviously, first we have the big common room, decorated with colorful and intricate mosaics on the floor and walls. This large room has a number of plush cushions for students to relax, socialize with one another, or simply take a quick nap. I need to remember how to turn off token slide. Aunt leaves the scene. He's gonna go back to do teacher stuff. I didn't fix this token name. And you get a new token because I forgot to fix it. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. There are many free rooms here in the dormitory, but we have, I think a couple people aren't currently around. Let's go room door to door and do some introductions. See who's home. As he goes over to this first door here on the left, he knocks. A male voice. This is come in. Opens the door. I'll show you this picture here. He says, "Dashi, hello. We're giving a tour to the new students."
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Oh, we met some cute people.
We met people. This man, he says, "Yes, hello. I'm Ignashi. If he's got like some alchemical equipment in the like on a desk. That's currently brewing something." So, hello, I'm Ignashi. It's pleased to meet your acquaintance. I have a passing interest in alchemy. Since you're looking at the equipment. But I also host I don't host it, but one of the other students, if you're interested, hosts a board game night, more or less.
Interesting.
Yes, weekly game night.
kind
And
of
we'd
game
be
do you
delighted
play?
for you to attend.
I would love to. Wisp is excited at the prospect of like playing games, maybe card games.
Yes.
Maybe I can win some candy off of people games.
I am definitely going to have the meta night of at some point you're playing Dungeons and Dragons while playing Dungeons and Dragons.
That's amazing.
I love
That's
that
fantastic.
I'm going to do it. You can't stop me.
Why would we stop you?
Just like put a one shot literally inside of our game.
Yeah. Alright. Moving on. You're not here. I'm just going down the hall and remembering who's actually here. Alright, I see it leads you down the large hallway because everything here is giant. Knocks on this next door. This door responds. Kazui's not here right now, it seems. Goes to the end of the hall. Well, not quite the end of the hall. This next door with the single door. Knocks on the door. It appears neither is Miriyama. That's okay. The room across the hall here is my room. At the end of the hall, there is a set of washrooms on the left and baths on the right.
May I just go take a look?
Yeah, you can go there and take a look. The dorm is
just sort of exploring.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the office, there's a big brightly lit window. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Ah, nice.
Mm-hmm. The water is magically refreshed. It's fresh and warm.
Sugi goes over and quickly washes her paws and
Mm-hmm.
her nose in the water.
Yes, after my days on the road here, it's not an easy journey. I'll have to spend quite a bit of time in here to get the road off me, I think.
Yes. Let's see here. The ancient chamber to the south serves. So this like blue basin here, because there's a bathroom mirrored on the other side, but this blue basin here, it is being used as for laundry, more or less. So there's a bunch of clothes and stuff stacked up around it.
At least we know we can keep clean.
Keeping clean is important. You gotta have your proper hygiene. Alright. Essie will... Bathrooms explored, I guess. Essie will head... I missed these two rooms, so that's okay. Up here. Knocking on on this door. You're just a minute. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You. And I see we'll open the door. You can see a shy, anxious-looking. They look like a gnoll, but they're about 4 feet tall. They're an ant gnoll. They're a small gnoll. They're hi, Essie. Oh, and like sees the students, the strangers, and she kind of ducks behind the bookcase. You can see she has there's a let's see here. There's a fluffy chicken currently kind of parading around the room chasing ants.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say he was called? An ant something?
She is an ant gnoll. She's a type of gnoll.
Ant gnoll. Okay.
Yes. It's just small like ant. Yeah. Just, oh, hello. Are you new here? Before ducking back behind the bookshelf.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Hello. Yes, we're new.
Oh,
What is the little creature you have there?
that is what's her name? Did she name the familiar? Does it give me the name of the familiar? It does not for now. That's my familiar. Let's see here. I have a description of this room. The room is mostly neat, save for occasional dried chicken droppings from the familiar. Stacks of small, cleaned animal bones sit in corners, and several large tubs serve as homes to her collection of pet fruit beetles, many of which are the size of a human fist. Big beetles. But yes, the chicken is my familiar.
Oh, well, it's delightful.
Oh, well, thank you. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think we're just saying hello.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah. This is I'm giving them the tour, so they're the new roommates. Hopefully you can get used to them being around, and the Knoll who introduce himself, or at least Essie would introduce them as Anchor Root. Says, yeah, oh, okay. It's good to meet you. Go back to dealing with this ant problem.
Well, good luck.
Yeah. Essie will close the door for her. Anchor has a anxiety problem. She's very nice once you get to know her.
I think I would have anxiety too if my room was full of ants.
Yeah, well, which is like,
Well, the ants can be protein for the chicken.
that's what. Yes, well, hopefully it's not a serious end problem, but you know. All right, let's go. There were a couple of rooms I didn't show you off the lounge. We'll see. One of the rooms is Chisari's, and so I guess we'll go out this way, back to the common room. There's two rooms off of the common room here. One of the rooms is Chisari's, who you've already met, catfolk. He likes to, he has a hobby of brewing alcohol, and the other room belongs to Okoro, who I don't believe is home at the moment. Okoro runs the game night that Ignashi mentioned.
Oh, wonderful.
Moving to the other side, it says the four rooms on the south side here are free. You can pick any of the ones you like, as well as down this hall. This room here is give me pinks. This room here is also empty. And the room on the right, the end of this hall that she's standing in front of, is also empty. You would be neighbors with Haribram?
So this room, this room, this room, and this room?
Let me get out the text. I'm just gonna mark the rooms. So you got this guy is free, this one is free, this one, this one, this one, and this one down here.
I'll take this room.
I'll take this room close to the exits.
I'll take the one down the hall then.
Yeah.
So
Guess
This
I'll
one
do
here?
this one.
Yes, that one there. Yeah. It is neatly made and ready for someone to move in. Upon each bed, you find a scrap of yellow cloth folded around a sunburst-shaped glass bead. This would be a bead for identifying what dormitory you belong to.
What color was it?
It is sunburst yellow.
Sunburst yellow bead. Okay.
Alright.
I guess it wouldn't be yellow, but I forget what. It doesn't actually give me a color, but it's sunburst shaped, so it's probably like regular glass, just like sunburst.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay.
the room back here is so tiny.
Yes. Your neighbors with Haribram, rather. Essie will say, yeah. Oh, if you mention that the back rooms are a bit tiny, it says yes.
Oh.
They
Is there
unfortunately
a
are.
smaller room? I would take a smaller room. If you don't mind trading.
You like the enclosed spaces?
I do. They're more comfortable, if you don't mind.
Sure. We just trade rooms.
Trade rooms. Alright, so this is, I'm changing this right now in my notes to Suki's room. This is, yes. Oh. They're not individual labels. Oops. That's fine. I'm gonna quickly forget whose room and whose, and it's not gonna matter. It'll be
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Mine has a cool rug that just kind of looks psychedelic.
Where did my notes go?
I think cool rugs are a feature. You get issued one.
That is a very cool rug.
Okay.
It's distinct, so I'll remember it. So you were going to say something about the rooms being smaller?
I was. So your neighbor across the hall from the smallest room, it belongs to Hiram, who is a dwarf. Unfortunately, he kind of got the short end of the stick with landing in the smaller room. Hiram, Essie will say that Hiram lost the game of cards with Mariama and ended up with a smaller room. You know,
How did this game end up with a smaller room?
bet. They made a bet. You know.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna clear out my random free room notes. Okay.
I have no idea how I just did that ping.
It's hold the mouse. It's like if you hold the mouse down,
Oh,
yeah,
that's very easy.
it is very easy. So I guess Naas, your neighbor across the hall, is Noxolo. She's also not here at the moment. And at the end of the hall, you will find another set of bathrooms. Essie will look at at the end of the hall, there'll be another set of bathrooms. Essie will look at the pile of clothes and yes, we don't actually know who those clothes belong to. They've been there for months. I mean, they're clean because someone was washing them, but maybe they forgot them or something. Why do I have this here? I forgot to hide that.
Is not someone responsible for the dorm in general? Like a student who cleans through would know such a thing?
You mean like an RA?
Like an RA.
Yes, like that. Except I would not know this word.
Where is the other thing? There was one more interesting thing in the dormitory, and I forget where it is. Oh no. Oh, it's at the end of the hall that you're at. Okay. Typically we're expected to kind of keep the dormitory clean together, but no one has really claimed the clothing, and it was just kind of like, well, it's not mine. Well, it's not mine. Well, it's not mine. So it's just kind of sat there for a bit, and no one's claimed it.
You don't have a lost and found?
I mean, lost and found would be for the dormitory, and no one's reported any lost clothing or claimed it. So
a mystery.
A mystery. Mystery of
Strange.
clothes. Yes.
Fascinating.
Suki meticulously tidies up the clothes and folds them and puts them in a little pile.
All right. As you go to fold the clothes to paper creatures, they kind of there was maybe a sheet of it looked like there was a note or something in between the clothes. And as you start folding it up and cleaning the stack to they're like little frogs made out of paper. Look at them, they're adorable. Okay, look at them. I love these things. They're called spell skates.
Oh wow,
Aw.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing.
Like an origami frog. That's cool.
Yeah, you pick up the clothes and then they hop out, and they get all aggressive and
Oh, what are these?
Oh,
Oh,
that knows we're here. I've heard of these. They're let's see here.
we're being hazed. We're totally.
You're being hazed by spell frogs, by paper frogs. Yes, they. Okay. Spell Oh yes, I've heard of these. They're kind of the complimentary dorm guardians. They're actually they're pretty harmless once they accept you as residents. You may lose the occasional sheet of cloth. I don't know what they use it for, but the frog's like
Making
Oh.
more of themselves, perhaps.
Strange.
mm-hmm. Essie will go to the frog thing and be like, "It's okay. Look, buddies, it's okay. They're new. You know,
I'll approach them kind of cautiously, just to get a little closer look.
it will hop over to you. If it was a cat, it does the a cat sniff thing.
How weird.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do around here?
Nothing. Nothing really. They're, they're,
Oh, okay.
they're not like pests or anything. They're like a common occurrence, right? Tiny constructs made out of paper.
They just exist.
Yeah.
They're quite pretty, actually.
They also have, occasionally being made out of paper, they can reform into other forms, or they could just look like a sheet of paper.
I guess that's a good thing to know. Must be careful on what I write on.
Yeah. I think it'll hop away from you before you can write on it. Right, and I guess now we'll address the other thing that I forgot to hide earlier. Well, you finish, you spend the time, you finish, folding the laundry, as it were. But while you're folding the laundry, there is a, set of, martial artist wraps that have a, collection of interesting runes on them. They were abandoned. Obviously they're abandoned with the rest of the laundry. These are one of the very few pieces of loot in this chapter because there's not a lot of combat here. Also, as students, you kind of we'll get to the thing. Well, those look magical in some way, but if they were in with the clothes that no one claims, so you may as well take them if you want them.
Oh, interesting. Thank you. I'll just tuck them into my little pouch with me.
They're a pair of hand wraps of mighty blows, which are basically they give you +1 to hit with unarmed strikes, more or less. Which I don't think is super useful, but they're here. Oh, I put it in your inventory for now.
Huh. I wonder who they belong to and why they left them laying around.
While Suki is folding clothes, why don't we'll deal with the other interesting thing. At the end of this hallway here, where you're all standing, the wall, there's like a fixture on the wall. Wisp, it looks very familiar for you. It's a well-rendered drawing of a black and white mask of Nethys, who is the god, for everyone else, their god of magic. Adorns the wall of this end of the hall. The words, there's words underneath the mask. It says, "All-seeing solutions. Pay in light. Let darkness show wisdom." Is inked on the wall next to the mask. As you'll say, it's a bit of a I don't know the word that I'm looking for.
Like not a riddle, but a...
Well, it's not really a riddle. Well, she'll explain what it does, where it's like, students, will, occasionally come to the all-seeing solutions on the wall, in like a last-ditch piece of, inspiration or help with an assignment. It's a bit random. It's a bit picky, but occasionally it gets occasionally it spits out an occasional useful hint, but mostly it's for pranks. Something to keep in mind if you're ever on the crunch. And hope it gives you something useful.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes, very interesting.
It was. Ignatia was having fun with it and put a little bit too much effort into it. Hide our little froggy friends. The little froggy friends hop out of the hall. They just go boink 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 boink. Go find somewhere else to hide. Hop down the hall. Okay, what comes after? Surrounding spiders, meeting your peers. Not read enough. We're way ahead. That's okay. All seeing solutions. Place of silver. Rain attack. 60. Frog bond. Frog bond. What is 18? Oh, that's totally a thing that I forgot to place. Maybe so out the back of the building, because there was a front entrance in the back building. Out the back of the building to the right, which is down here, there's a nice pond that has various puddles and pools. Let's see. Though the various puddles and pools spring up all over the campus during the rainy season, this deep pond remains all year round. It's just a pond. It's literally just labeled frog pond. And then there was the free rooms, and then there was another bathroom, and that's the dormitory. There's not a lot of your fellow students here currently. There was just Ignashi and Anchor Root. As he says, what's that?
Naeus is snooping.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting the lay of the land, and he's seeing some interesting things through these two windows over here as he passes by just quickly.
Oh yeah. So looking through the windows, you find the two disaster rooms. One room, it's clearly occupied, covered in spider webs.
Oh my.
Yes. It's like someone definitely lives here. Spider webs everywhere. And the other room that you walked by is it's a mess. Let's see here. The room is filled with wooden practice weapons and old scrolls, impressive but magically inert knickknacks, and a stuffed lizard toy. There is also I'm gonna call it. There's also the smell of there's the heavy smell of weed.
Oh my.
It's not called weed in setting. It's called flay leaf, but it smells like weed. It's the weed.
Wait, what's it called?
Flay leaf.
I know where to go now.
Yeah.
Like the two students who know how to party. One for booze, one for flay leaf. Got it.
Yes, that sounds more my speed than the board games. Gotta take the edge off.
Imagine those go hand in hand.
I mean, you can partake in one and play the other.
True.
As if we needed more student tropes. You got board game guy, you got alcohol guy, you got the weeder, you got the anxiety person.
Somebody with a bunch of spider webs. Somebody leaves their laundry in the laundry room.
Yep. It's alright. You're out in the rain currently though. You just take a peek through the windows and that's what you see.
It's too wet out here. I'm returning inside.
Hmm. After you, well, you can take a moment to get settled into your rooms, and then we can it'll probably still be raining, but we'll take a tour to the other some of the other frequent places that you will be here on campus, the dining hall and the supply store.
I
Yes,
live down here
food.
now.
Yes, you get a bigger room.
Yeah.
A quick question about the dining hall. I am told in your parts you use money to buy food. Is this the case in the dining hall, or
Let's see here. In the dining
Yeah.
hall, no. Students are provided meals, 2 meals every day, and the dining hall is open from sunrise until just before sunset. Well, 2 hours before sunset.
Wow, everybody gets 2 meals every day?
Mm-hmm. Students receive 2 meals.
yes? Money was explained to me before I left, but not quite sure when it applies yet.
You're not familiar with the concept of money. Okay.
I mean, I am now. Someone explained it to me, but like, it's not something we use where I'm from.
Okay.
What do you guys do instead?
We just distribute resources upon need.
Makes
And
too much
barter.
sense.
As well. When we'll talk about that when we get to the supply store. Students are also given a stipend for living and purchasing supplies.
We get an allowance just for learning things.
Yes.
Violently reacts in the American.
Violently reacts in capitalism.
No kidding.
I know,
I'm
right?
so happy that the elves are canonically communist right now.
It's just this one sect, I believe.
Okay.
I think it's just like that the Akuja group of elves.
But yes, this is among the reasons I chose to play as one.
Mm-hmm. As well. Let's go to the dining hall. Let's go meet and meet the cook Lumusi. Hope you like rain, because it rains for more than half the year, and she gets her umbrella back out.
I imagine the Vidrian climate is very similar.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's like I think it's more temperate because you're on the water, but it's probably similar, right?
Yeah, it basically Naya says, I'm already used to it, and sort of just walks out into the rain without trying to...
No umbrella, doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dining hall. Let's actually check the map for where the dining hall is. It is down the road. All right. So the dining hall is this building down here. It's not far from the dormitory. It's a couple houses or a couple buildings.
Oh, wait, let me switch over to that. Which one did you ping?
This building right here.
Where the food at? Okay.
Yeah, where's the food at? I'll end up putting the cookstove over top of it, but
Cool. Because like I was still in the Spire dormitory, so you pinged Suki on my screen.
oh,
I had to switch over. It's like, wow, I didn't know Suki was in the entire building.
I am a very large rat folk.
Actually,
Huge, enormous.
she's just the dinner.
Oh no!
Oh no. Alright.
Please
Uh,
no.
The Bucumbe's dining hall is a large kitchen-warmed facility with handsome mosaics and plenty of seating. Though most students take their meals outside in the sunny days, the hall is a very popular meeting place for students and teachers during the rainy season. And it is currently the rainy season. So you come into the hall with Essie. Essie is also here. Hang on, let me get my Essie token. Faculty. No, it's not faculty. Students. Essie is here. Giving you the tour of the campus. Yep. This is the dining hall, and she'll explain the hours that it's open, sunrise until 2 hours after sunset each day. It's open late, I guess. Students are provided 2 meals every day. Breakfast and dinner. And I'll go introduce you to the cook, or at least the head cook who runs the dining hall, because producing food for the campus is important. She introduces you to another woman. This is Lucy Yao. This is. Oh, hello. You're are you giving these maybe you I'm running out of words. I'm tired. But Louis says, "Oh, hello, Essie. Are you doing the tour for the new for another batch of new students?" And she goes, "Yep, that's what we're doing." Then Louis says, "Well, excellent. Here is a set of beads." She hands each of you a glass bead resembling a piece of fruit. And this will resembling a piece of wear them along with your other beads. These are for you just present your bead for claiming any of your meals. There's also fresh fruit prepared. And if you're ever looking to make some extra money on the side, we could always take some volunteer kitchen staff, either harvesting or cooking in the kitchen, or helping serve, repair dishes, or whatever you're good at.
Oh, I would love to be involved in that. I enjoy harvesting.
Mm-hmm. So, mechanically, anytime you have downtime, which will be often, there is a downtime activity called Earn Income, where you can make a skill check and spend a day doing something, whatever it is. Like if you were harvesting fruit in the nearby jungle, it'd be survival. Or if you're helping with the community gardens, it'd be nature. If you're repairing dishes, crafting, that kind of stuff. And you don't earn a lot of money, but you can do it over time, and it kind of builds up. But it's something, right?
This sure is starting to feel like Fire Emblem. When do we meet the waifus?
When do
Wow.
we meet the waifus? Oh no.
What do you mean? The process already started.
That's right.
That's true.
Also, probably built up our rapport with other people in the school too.
Yep.
They like you more if you're useful.
I like you more
That's
if
true.
you're useful. All right. Where is it's somewhere in the north? I know that. And all right, it is this building there. Okay, and now I'll go to take you to go meet Zokan. He runs the supply shop.
Question: what happens if you lose your beads?
If you lose your beads, generally, if you lose your beads, you've probably been here for a while, and someone will recognize you. Also, I think the beads are mostly only relevant for year 1. So, don't lose them for a year. But typically, you'll be able to go to your to teacher Ott, and he'll help you reacquire your beads.
Cute.
All right, let's go meet Zokan. He's a interesting fellow. And she takes you around the side here, up this way to this building up here. We're gonna pull out our Zocon token, and real life look is a kobold. I love Zocon.
Cool.
All right. The supply shop has a sign outside. It's labeling it as the supply shop, and it says, "Well, officially, Essie will say officially this is the supply shop, but students like to call it the powder pile."
The what?
The powder pile.
Oh.
Looking inside, going inside, there's a kobold, tending to like his desk, but you can quickly ascertain why it's called the powder pile. There's a large collection of magical powders around. Sorokon says, "Hello, Essie. You're giving the tour to the new students?" And she goes, "Yep. Well, as new students, let's see here. Sorokon gives each new student who comes in a small lump of clay." As new students, and he hands you just a small lump of clay, not even like a formed bead, just a lump of clay. As new students, here is your bead. You're expected. You should make it yourself. In exchange, and then return it to you. Okay, thanks, brain. Each new student who comes to the store, he gives a small lump of clay and demands that they roll it into a bead and then return it to him for his collection. In exchange, Zotan the kobold gives each of them a tan glass bead in the shape of a bulging sack for them to wear with your other beads. Okay.
So you mean like a money satchel?
Well, yes, he runs the supply room, right?
So this we're making is not for ourselves.
Right, the bead you're making is not for yourself, but in exchange for making it to put in his collection, he will give you the proper bead for your band.
Okay, so it's not using for anyone else either, though.
So I'll just start rolling my clay, because this seems like the type of thing we can do while we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also sitting there, or standing there, rolling it into a little ball.
With your tiny paws.
With my tiny little paws.
Tiny little red paws.
Wisp is like making her bead, but she's like running her nails along the side, so it looks like there's spirals going up. So it's like a spinny bead.
Make it pretty.
Yeah,
Yes, this is very boring.
Yeah, it looks like a bead, but it's also like a little tornado or gale type thing. It's very windy.
I take a little tool out of my thieves pack and I stick it through to give it a little hole.
Heckin' windy.
Bird shape.
Bird shape.
Yeah, we'll give it a little beat. Actually, that'll be uncomfortable to wear. Never mind. He'll just decorate it internally. Yeah, that if the beak turns in on you on your bracelet, yikes. Yeah. That is what he's going to do initially, and he realizes, oh nope, and just adds Akuje decorations.
Yeah. Each student, see you all, inclined in your own way. Each student bead is unique in its own way. And he hands you all the tan glass bead. But as students of the Magambia, you will need supplies. And he hands you. Let's see here. He gives each student your initial stipend and some basic supplies such as parchment, quills, and inks. It says as long as you are in good standing, you will receive basic supplies and a bit of extra gold at the start of every month. Okay, so the initial stipend that he gives you is 40 gold. You each get 40 gold. And along with these basic supplies. And then, separately, he hands you another 4 gold when he explains that at the start of every month you will get 4 gold.
See. So we get 44 gold total.
Yes, altogether you get 44 gold.
This is very different than my real life college
I
experience.
know, right?
Oh, the other supplies, is that something we should bother adding to our inventory? Or
Probably not. It's like basic school supplies, right? Like it's paper, it's quills, it's ink.
I should just add another 4 gold.
Yeah, so it's a total of 44, but he hands you like in 2 chunks, 1 in 4, 1 in 4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It says, after handing you your initial supplies and you get them, put away at least in your pack or whatever you're carrying. So, Zokan will explain that the store here sells common items that you might need in your studies or any field trips that you embark on. Mechanically, the store carries all basic adventuring gear, chemical items that are either held or worn up to 3rd level, oils, potions, scrolls, and wands up to 5th, and stays up to 6th. If you're looking for anything else, for other common items that you might want, I will also accept a finder's fee to procure it from Nambatu. Being a merchant and the what is his actual thing? Inventory manager for the campus. I have connections to obtain supplies. Let's see here. Also, if you turn in anything interesting, I pay a finder's fee, and we'll find a seller for you.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm. The store is open 2 hours. The store opens 2 hours before lunch and closes at sunset.
Wispen looks at like the piles of powder and is like, so which one is just powdered caffeine?
Which one of those is just powdered caffeine?
Gotta keep those college kids awake.
Gotta keep those college kids awake. Hang on, let me find where I keep the wake powder.
yeah,
Where's
any
the
Addy in
Starbucks?
here?
It's true. It's a good, Estes, I don't think Zokan carries any wake powder or anything, but I can definitely show you to my favorite cafe if you wish to get, like a drink or a coffee or something.
Be lovely.
Alright.
Oh.
Yes, we can go, get a drink before we head back to the dorm. And then I think that is everything for the tour today. You can go relax, and over the next week you'll be receiving introductions and assignments to the different branches of the Magambia. Alright. She takes you to just like her favorite cafe. It might not even be, it's probably still on campus because she probably doesn't go very far, but it might not, maybe it's like on the edge of the campus or something, but
A student-run cafe.
student-run cafe, more or less. You can sit down and have a nice, relaxing, coffee and conversation with Essie.
And also they probably have like specials when it's close to like finals week of like discounted coffee and like basically they want you to drink more coffee so you are awake enough to study for your finals.
Wow.
They know the struggle, so they do deals just for the students that are about to go through hell.
I don't think I've ever had coffee.
It's lovely, you should try it.
Oh, I've thought about that. Yeah, Suki probably has never had coffee. Suki's had tea, because you're from Goka, but...
Yes, I'm used to tea, but not coffee.
Let me put it to you this way. Wisp hears that Suki has never had coffee. She's excited to see what she's like on coffee now.
Oh
Oh,
no!
Oh my.
Chaotic increases.
I'm sorry,
Extremely
she's a
jittery.
gremlin.
Yep.
She's a gremlin. But she's nice. She's just kind of a gremlin.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Like she's here to watch people, make sure that there isn't a sketchy shit going. If there is sketchy shit going, she's going to dunk on them as hard as she can.
Do you have any questions for Essie then while you're having a coffee with her?
What kind of studies are you into?
What kind of did I make notes on their sheets? Nope, I did not. I have to go find it.
I'm asking the questions that makes the DM have to search things.
It's not hard for me to find because I just really have to write it down. What is she studying? Well, I'm here. Let's see here. I'm here studying because my mother was a Tempest Sun mage. She was she's one of my greatest inspirations, and I wish to follow in her footsteps.
Ah, I understand that. It's been a very long time, but my great grandfather studied here many years ago.
Oh, that's it. So you have a history with the Magambia?
Well, it's been a very long time because no one else in our family has really had any magical abilities. I think I'm the first since great grandfather.
Oh, that is interesting. Perhaps there is probably some tale between what happened there. If you don't wish to share it, that is okay.
It's a bit personal, but
Yes. Not a tale for day one. Uh, okay. So after I think no one really anyone else have any other questions for Essie? If there's nothing else, you can go retire to your dormitory. Over the evening, you'll probably meet the rest of the students as they kind of filter in from whatever they were doing during the day. Obviously, you've already met Ignashi and Shazari and Essie, but Suki, I'm just gonna go over these in clockwise. Suki, your neighbor across the hall is Hybrim. He's a dwarf. He is a dwarven man.
A dwarf?
A dwarf.
With the starting of a beard.
At the start of it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He must be young.
Let's see here. Across the hall from your room, Neas, is oops, that's not okay. Art is Noxolo.
Just another Mwangi woman.
Yes.
Looks like. Yeah.
Yes. There's Zenge. She let's see here. She has her familiar is a strange pet. Let's see here. Noxello is accompanied at all times by a bizarre 2-foot-long pet she refers to as her Snabble. Snabble. A creature that resembles a fuzzy cross between a crocodile and a bear cub.
That's adorable.
It's adorable, also, what the heck?
Yeah, what?
What? It's a fuzzy cross between a crocodile and a bear. That she calls a Snabble.
Snapple.
Snapple. Put it in chat. Snapple.
I need art of this.
No, I wish it gave
Yeah.
me. I wish it gave me art.
I know.
I know. The creature was attracted. Let's see. The creature was attracted more than its fair share of curious scholars, though Noxello herself seems uninterested in what sort of creature it truly is or where it originally came from. Okay, thanks, Noxello.
I'm gonna imagine it like this. I think.
Let's see here.
But maybe a little furrier?
What the hell?
You just post. Okay, I know you posted something in Discord. Hang on, where'd the Discord go?
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing that he
That's
posted.
definitely that, but fuzzier. Yes, I'm gonna go with that. That's so okay. Yep, seems fair. Who else is here? Essie. Go to Essie in her room. Come here, token. Turn off token slide. Next to Chizeri's room is Okoro. So this is the other room off of the common room. Let's see here. Okoro. Hobbies, board games. He's definitely in for board game night. He's the one that collects all the board games. Okay, he possesses a truly staggering collection of board games and card decks. Okay. You've already met Ankar Root. Ankar Root must protect.
Oh.
Other students who we got? We got Mariama. This was the student that lives in the room that smelled like weed. She have a familiar or anything? Yeah, she has a monitor. She has a monitor lizard as a familiar. Also, where did the journal go? I turned it off. That's why. Okay. Yeah, she has a fat monitor lizard that she calls Kedu as a familiar. And kind of
Kedder?
Kedu.
Kedu.
Kedu. Kedu. And the last and probably weirdest one of your dorm mates is looks like like an older woman, like a middle-aged woman in her 40s, accompanied by a pair of children. People they say her name is Strands of Glowing Dawn Zenwi. I'm gonna murder the name a lot. But Strands of Glowing Dawn.
So Dawn.
Well, as a short name, people call her Zenwi, like the second half of the name.
Okay.
And she's always followed around, like accompanied by a pair of young children. Except they're not always in humanoid form. They're occasionally a pair of small spiders. Essie will explain that Senwi is she is a Anadi. She is a Anadi are the shape-shifting spider people.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
Nice spider webs.
Yes. Well, the most of the webs are from her children. occasionally we, she's trying to get a better education to pass down to her, to her kids when they come of age. But occasionally we, take turns babysitting the twin disasters. No,
Oh my.
they're young kids, right? Then we can kind of keep to herself, but the kids, keep her social. The kids' names are, let's see here. The kids' names are Zachva and Zanvi. And they have no qualms about jumping around in spider foam, pestering the other students, or climbing into places they shouldn't be.
Yeah, like fun.
Zetva and Zambi.
Zat, yeah, let me type this in chat. Zachva, and Zanvi. Where are all the names? Zanvi tends to stay in human form. She feels a bit bad about people that are scared of spiders, but the kids, they don't know any different, right? They're kids. They kind of hop around in whatever form they want.
I'm sure that goes over quite well with our very anxious friend with the bird.
Yes, yeah.
Well, hopefully her chicken doesn't try to eat the spiders.
Yes, well, they're a bit too big to eat. Anchor Root and Zenwi are actually get along very very well. Whenever we can, keep the kids not panicking, or keep the kids under control. Yeah. Occasionally they'll work together to make everyone some treats. But as we, everyone kind of, the students already here have already picked out their, branches of the Malagambia that they wish to join. So as we go through the introductory lessons over the course of the week, you'll get a chance to meet all of them properly. But as you see them, coming for the night or whatever, you're kind of chilling in the dorm. And I do think that seems like a decent spot to stop early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually about to ask if we were going to do a break, but I wasn't sure. Our plan is till 1 p.m. like normally, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good. I prefer 3-hour sessions personally.
Yeah, I also prefer 3-hour sessions. I also don't usually do breaks on 3-hour sessions. If I do 4 for whatever reason, there's a break, but...
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
A quick 5-minute break doesn't hurt sometimes, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes it's like, well, I need to go get notes, go get a drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, this has been really interesting. I've enjoyed this one.
I have so many notes. There's so much going on.
Yeah, just because there's
I do too.
nothing that has happened. Here's the introduction lore dump, right? It's a lot of setting the scene, a lot of setting the tone, a lot of setting the place. Meeting all the, there's a lot of NPCs that you get to meet.
Yeah, I like it. It seems like we're gonna, be spending a lot of time here rather than jumping around. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Different, yeah.
And I guess I'm kind of trying to nail down a voice for my character here, which is higher. Well, isn't that interesting? She's amused, I guess.
I am stealing Spock's catchphrase since I used it several times today.
Wow.
Create. Okay, I gotta make some extra journal entries. Journal entry. I gotta name everyone's room so I will forget whose room is which.
posters of our favorite bands.
Mm.
Poster costs 100 gold because printing doesn't exist yet.
This pretty doesn't exist yet.
Just befriend the local artist kid. Give them some money. Get a commission.
Duplicate. Duplicate. Okay, so we got Suki's room. We got Wisp's room. Wisp is here. No, it's not Wisp. I think it was this one.
Wisp has this one.
Yes, okay, cool. I got it right. This is this one, and this one up here is Avion. Alright, cool. Avion. Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually mangling and mixing up all of the NPCs. And playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, I look forward to getting to meet all of the NPCs too, because they all have, like I was showing you the stat blocks earlier, when we were talking about the session, they give me these like social stat blocks of things that they do. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh right, those are from events later. Okay. Okay. Good shit. I'm going to set the clock. 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 7 a.m. Alright. I think I didn't start on a good day. That's fine. The day isn't real. And next week we will start with, what's the first introduction? The first introduction is orientation to the Rain Scribes. Alright. Hope everyone had fun. I know everyone here had fun. I hope everyone in the stream chat had fun. Hi, people.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh right, you're streaming this. I wonder if anyone's actually in chat. Hold on.
There's 0. Well, there's some people watching, but no chatters. But it's okay. You know.
Okay.
You don't get to interact much with chat. Yes.
We're just starting out anyway. We're still figuring our things out.
I think it's just Brad.
Oh, there's 3 people.
Yeah.
But I guess that one of them was me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you. Today was fun.
It was fun.
It did feel like meeting people in college the first time.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I have no idea who these people are and what they want, and I have no idea where my room is.
I just want to know where the food is at.
You even got showed where the dining room is. You even got to pick your own room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got free money because the school pays you to learn.
That's awesome.
I know.
What a radical concept.
What a radical concept.
Yeah, well, it sounds like some people gamble it all away, so.
I think they just gambled on the room.
Poker night.
Alright.
I
look
know, I
forward
wanna-
to being even more confused on what gambling is.
Oh boy.
Gambling. Well, the best I can describe that as you're taking a gamble when you try to hunt something down bigger than you, right? But you test your odds and see if you win. But in this case, no one dies. You just lose some money.
But you have the money. Why would you waste it?
For
it is
fun.
food.
For fun.
You risk starvation for fun.
They give us free food here.
That is true, but I was told. Okay, that makes sense. If probably only people at school gamble, right?
No. There's many gambling dens in the world. People have issues, but they do what they do.
I see.
But yes, money can be used for the exchange of goods and services.
Yes, I was. This I was told.
Oh, perfect.
But also, one of the services can be for recreation. Recreation in the form of gambling.
I see.
If you don't like having money and you want to lose it, then you can just kind of gamble it away and give it to me.
It is as ridiculous as it sounds.
Personally, I prefer not to partake in that. So,
That's fair. Another way I like doing it when I was with my family is just candy. You just throw candy into the pot.
I do like candy.
See, that I understand.
Or you can use it as basically little slips of paper that we would use back home. Would have chores on it. If you lost, you had to do those chores. Or you got away with not having to do anything for like a week.
Interesting.
So I guess here at school, another one is if you lose, you have to do a week's worth of homework for me. So gain more recreational time and put the responsibility on someone else. So it doesn't always have to be money that you gamble in exchange. Sometimes it can be favors, or it can be food, or, pretty much anything, depending on what everyone agrees to.
Now we'll just have to explain to him what cheating is.
No, don't. If you explain that, how am I going to win? I'm kidding. But my mask does make it pretty convenient for me not to lose if you never know my poker face.
You may have other tells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably better not to gamble with someone wearing a mask, though.
Pretty much. Play long enough and you might figure out what my tells are. But you have to play to learn.
My understanding is that we all get masks eventually here anyway.
Yes, I just came with one pre-done.
Yeah.
This is actually a mask that looks a lot like well, I'm a cleric. So I get a lot of my power from a god. My mask looks like the god of magic.
Oh, so it's the same mask that we saw at the end of the hall there? Or similar?
Similar, yeah. They look pretty much the same.
Yeah. Mine just has a bit more
similarity.
Thank you. Mine just has a little bit more flair to it. Smiling. I look kind of like a clown. Things like that.
Well, it's quite beautiful.
Thank you.
Alright, well, I'm gonna retire to my room for a bit.
Have fun.
After my journey here, I need a long, very long bath.
Very long bath.
And hopefully I'll look a little bit less like this, he says, looking at his clothes and skin covered in the mud from the road.
I believe I shall also retire.
Alright. I think we're gonna probably head off and get some lunch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go retire IRL.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
This was fun.
Good session.
Yeah, it was very fun.
I'm glad I got to do a little bullshit role playing at the end there.
Yeah.
It was good.
That was fun. Yeah.
You're gonna see me roleplay in parts where I have nothing else really to do.
Yeah, I'm sure once we've kind of got some story and some stuff to work with, we'll all probably get to roleplay a little bit more.
Yeah, I've now discovered that my character has a family that likes doing little gambling things. I learned this today.
You learned this today, just now, when you made it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's how most so many characters work. Just so that it
Yeah.
happened. All right.
I like doing like front story characters because as I go along, I learn more about them.
Mhm.
Like I do have backstory characters, but I still learn more about them as I play them. So it's like, okay, but who are you? And I play them a bit. It's like, oh, that's who you are. You're a gremlin.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of improv, I think. Just kind of figuring out what your character's motivations are when they come into contact with a new situation.
Yeah. Though I did post a thing about who I based my character off of, which was another pre-existing character I adapted.
Oh,
They-
right, yeah.
Yeah, it gives you a blurb of what they're kind of about. Just with less tech when they're in this setting, because you know you can't really take over TV and radio when you
Yeah,
in a jungle.
probably not a lot of that going on here.
Exactly. But yeah, that's kind of what she does. She finds the things that are wrong in a sense of corrupt governments. Well, I'm going to play Anon and just kind of V for Vendetta all over you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
But also
It's-
a really cool character idea.
Thank you.
I haven't heard of something quite like that before, so that's neat.
she even turns it into a game sometimes to get like the populace involved. Like, can you discover the secrets I've learned? If you can, there is a prize. She makes it like a game show, but for taking down
Awesome.
corrupt governments.
Ideal.
I think that would work. Yeah, yeah. Make it a game show, take down some corrupt governments. Yeah, let's work on this.
Yeah.
The revolution will happen this way.
The revolution will happen this way in several books.
The revolution will be televised, and there are prizes.
Yep. Or it'll be, and also can be found on your local and favorite podcast stations.
Oh yeah, we got that covered nowadays.
Yep. But yeah, that's what she's here for. She's here to learn more about people. Because if she can figure out the tells when someone is hiding a secret, she can figure out what that secret is. She's like, she investigates. She's like, if you took Anon, V for Vendetta, and I guess Phoenix Wright bullshit.
Phoenix Wright.
She's here for justice. The law is the law, but justice is justice. The law is not always just. And justice isn't always lawful.
I gotta go, guys. Dog
Dogs
is
are losing their
barking.
mind.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
and-
somebody's
Bye.
here.
Dog has
Alright,
claimed.
guys.
All right, bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Time to eat dinner and then go to sleep.
I had a nap before this, so I'm actually doing pretty good.
All right. Well, you go vibe. I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah, I'm going to vibe. Bye.
Bye. All right. Bye to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. This show is I stream typically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're in a bit early because it was a good stopping point. I talked pretty much straight for an hour and a half. That's kind of where we're at. Yeah. See everyone next week.